I have never been more relieved that our chat is not up right now because Gabriel is on one. So is Kevin Runes too. Having a good time. So is Spike. We got everybody. Oh, Rick, I didn't even see Rick. Hey Rick, what's up? Anyway, what we're gonna do is this is a random ass way to start, right? What we're gonna do is go over Poison Ivy. Now, I have done a guide on her before in Battle Growth. That's a plus. I just noticed that from the Elite Arena. I'm developing her now because I went into Elite Arena trying to work on those teams for the new season. Now, we do know that Swamp Thing is coming out October 23rd. So 2 days from now is recording of this. I think I'm going to try to release this today or tomorrow, actually, as of recording. But regardless. Anyway, that means that Poison Ivy, a character that I do genuinely like, well, one of my favorite characters from the comic books, of course, like everything she's been in, I liked. From Batman, the animated series, to Harley Quinn, and everything in between. I love Poison Ivy. And it's not because I have crushes on redheads. Shut up. You crush on redheads. Um, but I do think that she could be good in the game. The problem I had in the game was that there were not enough poison characters around her for me to like really warrant investing into her heavily. However, given this like poison season coming up, there will be. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at Poison Ivy now, see what I can do to make her a little bit better so that she is ready to run as soon as I get Swamp Thing. I'm assuming I'm getting Swamp Thing. Lord knows I probably won't, but I try to stay positive. Sometimes you have to smile to keep from crying. Let's get to the video.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a DC Rose Cloud video. In this video, I almost forgot what I was doing because I've been playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and I almost said this is a Dragon Ball Z Kakarot video, and I'm not even making videos about that game. I just love that game. Anyway, Poison Ivy, whether anti-hero, eco-terrorist, or femme fatale, Dr. Pamela Isley uses her scientific genius to champion all plant life. Now I love how they say that she's an anti-hero and then she's not an anti-hero. I would love to run her with Judo Master. Can we make her an anti-hero and tag as well, since you like literally put it in her description? Anyway, so she is a tactical damage dealer who's a villain and part of Gotham. Back row target. She, if you faced her in PvE, her back, and I mean, sure, but her back row damage is so devastating and obnoxious, like tremendously so. You have to account for it. I would love to be able to do that to others. In battle growth. So let's just go ahead and get like directly into her kit right now. And we're gonna start with affinities. So for right here, HP plus 5% and then defense plus 5% when she's running with Red Robin. Sure. Then we have attack, HP, and defense plus 2.5% when she's with Huntress, or when you unlock Huntress. They don't have to be together, just when you unlock them. And then attack is plus 10% when there's Harley Quinn and Catwoman. I feel as though this is a bit disrespectful to Harley Quinn. She should be up at the top. I mean, that's her boo. Anyway, and then the team synergy, which will be increased at rank 10, but for right now, I'm at rank 8. During battle, increases poison damage taken by enemies by 18%. If I get her up to rank 10. Additionally, when an enemy has 8 or more stacks of poison, they can no longer heal. That is huge. That is a big, big deal. That makes me immediately think of taking out those Black Canary teams where she's back in the back row with the main enemy, with your main enemy, and then every like other turn she's doing that AoE heal. That's just infuriating. All right, so, but you need 8 stacks of poison for that, right? And it just made me wonder how far I could take. Not that far. Anyway, so now let's go to the skills. And based on the skills, her kit or her gear right now, as you saw, it's been a while since I've looked at Poison Ivy, okay? So I'm going to go through her skills, I'm going to go through her badge, and then I'm going to check out what I can do in terms of her gear. Attacks the enemy back. Ultimate. I never start with the ultimate. What am I doing? I'm off one. Attacks an enemy dealing superpower damage equal to 120% of attack. I have it at 130% now because of the level 2. This Immediately, damage dealer who does superpower attack. Who are we thinking of? Class? Mr. Terrific, that's right. You get a gold star. Coming up next. Adds one stack of poison to the back row enemy and another random back row enemy for 3 turns. Who is this? Sinestro. Good. Look at you, nerd. Poison increases to 2 stacks. Duration of poison increases to 4 turns. That is a lot of turns at rank 10. And then in case you're not familiar with poison, just to say it real fast, after the end of the turn, takes superpower damage equal to 20% of attack and decreases heal received by 10%. Now, superpower damage, also thinking about Superman, DCU, and OG Superman, when they put down their burns as superpower damage as well, those are affected by the team synergy from Mr. Terrific. So we can go ahead and stack that up to 30% of attack. You know what I mean? Like it's 50% more attack. So we like that. Then next, during battle, increases attack by 15% when dealing damage. Permanently increases her attack 1% for each stack of poison on the target. Base attack is increased by 20% instead. Attack is permanently increased by 2% for each stack of poison. It sounds like she likes to attack, hence the DPS tag. Alright, so next, we're going to go to her badge, which I have not activated. Let's see if I should. I got a lot. Attacks 2 additional times, each dealing damage equal to 20% of attack. Excuse me? So I'm going to unlock this one. Next, increases the number of stacks of poison by 1. I do like that. Damage dealt by additional attacks increases to 40%. The effect is changed to affect all targets. Okay, so she has a good badge. Off rip. We're going to go ahead and activate this and then take this up to tier 1, level 10, whatever you want to call it. Check. We'll do that immediately. Now, because she has poison damage, and poison is based off of attack, much like with Bleeds and Ocean Master, for example, I would rather put, and boom, I would rather put her in attack anything. Attack sets, attack percentage pieces, all that jazz. Hello. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I wasted that. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Is this going to affect my Jon Stewart? It totally did. Oh, well. I got too anxious. I got too eager. It's fine. I'm not going to be too bothered by it. Anyway, and not Mara. See, I told you I have a thing for redheads. Okay, so. Anyway, and I only did one. It's fine. All right, so. We're not ranking up. Now we're going to focus on gear. So, as I said, because she has poison and poison is based off of attack, I want to have higher attack. That's my view of it right now. So the first thing I look for is I'm going to look for attack percent pieces that I could put on her. So we're going to change this to attack bonus. And we're going to see if there's anybody I can steal from. I'm not stealing from Peacemaker, but we are looking at it. So for right now, Peacemaker has the attack bonus. Everyone else here, so from Batman, Ocean Master, Sinestro, Wonder Woman, Peacemaker, Judo Master, Mr. T, and Jon Stewart, they all have attack bonus pieces, and I'd rather them have it. The one that I'm kind of thinking on is Peacemaker, because I don't think I want him to be attack bonus. I think I want him to be HP bonus. We're going to pause the video. I'll be right back.
10 minutes later.
Okay, so what had happened was... Peacemaker for me is not doing a lot of damage. I don't even bring him for damage, really. I would rather him have more HP. However, and this is funny, because of Jon Stewart, I feel like Jon Stewart is a better tank than Peacemaker. Like, I think Jon Stewart might be only second to Aquaman in terms of tanks in the game. Maybe tied with The Bride. And then OG, I think he's better, maybe better than OG Superman. So, all that being said, that me having that attack percent piece on Peacemaker, he was doing no damage. And that's fine. I don't necessarily need him there for damage. However, it felt like a waste of a percent attack piece. So I'm putting that on Poison Ivy. Now, block piece, why do you say that? Well, one, that proves you haven't been watching my gear videos. Go watch my gear videos. Two, I would rather have a percentage piece than to have a percentage set. Now, mind you, I'm still going to try to put an attack set on her, 2 of them, as a matter of fact. But this, if I can't do it because of this takes priority. This is at level 11. When I get up to level 15, it's going to be like 10.5% attack. That's better than the 9% I would get from putting the 2 attack pieces up, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do this, and then I'm going to try to find an attack bonus piece here. If there's one floating around, Peacemaker better not have one. I'm taking it. This was just a funny mistake that I made early in the game. Everything else is attack bonus. That I'm leaving that on Sinestro, leaving that on Bane. Yeah, so everything else is okay there. So now the next thought process is either I'm doing attack and attack, so like an attack and attack, so I can go ahead and start the setup, or I'm going to try to find some other stat that I could use within the block. Now, I don't see any block pieces here, so I'm going to put this attack piece there just for the time being, because it's empty, it's epic 2, and I believe it has attack on it. So the attack flat stat is the next thing. Next, we're going to look at whether we have an attack. Anything else that is attack, we go first. And then I'll try to complete the block set just to complete a set, but if I can't complete it, I'm not too bothered by it. All right, so next is maybe this. We have a plus 13 floating around out here. For what reason, I have no idea. But for the time being, we'll go ahead and add you. Yeah, we'll add you. All right, so next, forearm hurting for no good reason. We're gonna hold off on this for the moment. Let's see here. Do we have, nope, this is still all Epic 1 stuff. However, this Epic 1 is just floating. I think I took this off because I didn't want the defense on a different character. So I think I'll put this piece on her now, not removing it from any of those 4 up top. All right, so we are 1 piece away from the attack set. I do like a plus 10, but it's only Epic. It's not even Epic 1. And I'm willing to put an investment in there. Mara gets to keep her helmet. All right, so now we'll switch over to the block really fast to see. See, there's a block Epic 2 piece here. And block does come with attack, flat stat. So I am going to put this piece on there rather than anything from the attack side of things. That way we at least have a little bit of block, but I have an Epic 2 piece here. And then I'm going to take whatever attack is left over here. That's fine. All right, so now we have 9% attack coming from the attack sets, and we have this, what will be 10.5, but for right now is 9% attack. And then that may get replaced with another attack percent piece, but for right now, I think that's best. So, just evaluating. That should be good. So, I've said so like 20 times in a row because I'm very, very insecure about what I'm doing right now. But I believe I got it right. 131,000 in terms of attack, 787. To compare that to, I don't know, Wonder Woman and Batman, who have my highest attack. Well, Batman is going to dwarf it. 237. Wonder Woman right now is sitting at 172. Judo Master 171. And then where's Green Arrow? Green Arrow is sitting at 140. So to have her, that's giving me an idea of where and how I can use her. 131, just below where Green Arrow is. So good, not great. I can bring her in some scenarios, but not all scenarios. There are no artifacts that I'm willing to like strip from anybody else to put on her at the moment. Maybe this from Judo Master, but I'm leaving that on Judo Master. Okay, so now that I have her built, let's go ahead and take her into, you know what? The Elite Arena team that I was going to use her on. Maybe I can build them in regular arena and take it for a test drive and see what happens. We go to War World, Elite Arena. Hello. And you know what? Let's see. defense, what I was going to build was here, team adjustments. So I have a quasi debuff team here where I'm using Sinestro as the primary damage dealer, DCU as a secondary damage dealer, support, and then Zatanna for frantic and support. Oh, and also Rick, thank you for that. Just as a reminder, her attack does scale over the battle. So it does increase as the battle goes through. The idea was then to take out Zatanna and put in Poison Ivy here. Zatanna is rank 10, so that is going to be a big difference, but we're using the team synergy from Mr. Terrific, which should also increase Poison Ivy's attack. It's everything I say sounds like she's about to hit like a truck. So, and then this now, okay. There is an Elite Arena rule, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this out and go back to Elite Arena later. But there is an Elite Arena rule where she's going to get added damage based off that. I have him going earlier because of his ability to heal on his ultimate. Just in case we run into danger, I like to keep my healers like towards the front. Sinestro's going to do more damage than Poison Ivy, regardless of. I think she's going to do more damage than Raven, so I'm going to put her in the 4th slot. It may be better to have her here over DCU only because, and I want to check DCU's damage real quick. It's probably going to be much better, but only because of 116. Oh, because I have him stacked with crit and no percentage attack pieces. He needs percentage attack pieces. That needs to be rectified immediately. But next is he only does 116 in terms of damage. She's going to do more damage than DCU and lay down debuffs when she does it. And attack a back row instead of attacking one character up front. I'm feeling as though I should have Poison Ivy running in the ultimate order up front here and then DCU in the back. That feels nuts. But let's see what happens. I'm going to confirm this here. And now we can go into Elite Arena and try to run that team. The thing is I don't necessarily get to pick the team that I'm going up against. Or I definitely don't. So if it's going to be something ridiculous, I'm going to pull back out and go to, okay, 10 million. That's almost something ridiculous in the sense of who should I put them against? I need... Actually, this might be a good matchup just right here. It'll be a tough matchup, but it should be a good one. All 280s across. We do have heals in the front. That should be a good matchup. So we're going to skip the first battle and go to that matchup and see how that works. The idea being that I want to see a good battle, not just so we dominate, but I want to see what happens next. So we go ahead, burn through them. So now let's see what damage she does to the back row allies. We're all on seemingly even terms. His team's overall power is weaker than mine, but we all have level 280 on the battlefield right now. Okay, so Poison Ivy, how much damage is she doing in the back row? That is solid over here on Batman. And on Kid Flash, actually. She's taking a little bit of damage, that's fine. Superman DCU, that's fine. Actually, let me slow this down just a touch because I want to see what she's actually doing, sorry. Heals coming through. Stripping those debuffs and mirroring them on the other team. As you can see right now, it does seem to be working well for Sinestro because he is stacking up his stacks of fear. We're already up to 7 stacks in turn 3, and he's about to do his ultimate. Reducing the ultimate cost from 4 to 3, and now he's ready to go. We can do 2x. So Raven, 71,000. She's going to attack that back row again. She's doing legit damage. Sinestro finishes them off. She's doing legit damage. I am looking for here, and the problem I have, or like I guess the skepticism, is that I'm always hesitant when a character does like just nuts damage in PvE because it's like then you get excited that you can do the same thing and you can't, or it feels like you can't. Okay, that was actually very, very interesting to me. I think I'm gonna take her into team ups right now. I've been trying to save my team ups, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna do it anyway. And then I'll call it a video. This is a lot longer than I expected, but let me know if you like the content this way, me going through the gear in detail like that. But I'm gonna go into team ups and try to face her off against a beginning simulation. Hopefully they give us something like favorable, but who knows. So simulate, let's just do beginner. And we get, do we get Nightwing again? This isn't necessarily favorable for us. Definitely isn't, because there's a tactical advantage for Nightwing. Excuse me. And then we have Pandora in the back. So she definitely gets no benefits from how this team against what we're going up versus what we're going up against. Sorry. Easy for me to say, right? And then Raven and Dean, where's she at? Oh, the redhead sticking together, and the pink head, which I'm gonna count as a redhead for now. All right, so we put you back here. We put you over here. You are gonna attack that. We don't want that to be diverted. We want that to go directly into soups. You can divert to wherever you want. We're gonna put Poison Ivy ahead of Sinestro. We don't need to worry about heals as much here, but I'll leave it here anyway. We'll do that. Beginning simulation, we'll do this. This isn't helping. Alright, so let's go with this battle. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'm really interested in knowing what the data at the end of this battle is going to be. We'll go ahead and put this on 3x. What's going to happen at the end of it, how much damage she's going to do, especially given that this team that I'm running is all tactical. If I was really going to go for beating them, actually already beating them, this should be Wonder Woman, Batman, Jon Stewart, Ocean Master, and Nightwing, and just wreck them. But right now, I'm more interested in figuring out what kind of damage we can do. Stun came from Mr. Terrific. And I feel as though, which is going to be probably not true, that she is going to match damage with Sinestro. But we'll see. If she does, that'd be awesome. A lot of damage there from Superman DCU on Nightwing. He may actually, DCU, he does have a tactical advantage here. So, he's probably going to do a lot more damage. Well, definitely going to do a lot more damage. But I'm just going to try to compare Poison Ivy and Sinestro, knowing that it's not exactly a fair fight because Poison Ivy is going before Sinestro. The stun doesn't help her out at all. But, Superman DCU already fell. It's okay. We'll let them off. And it's turn 6 anyway. That's fine. Knowing that it's not necessarily a fair fight, especially since she's been stunned for a lot of this. But it's just going to be Poison Ivy versus Sinestro to see who does more damage. And I think her ultimate comes up now. Let's see how much she does. It wasn't that much. It was not that much. Not a fair matchup, I'm saying, but not that much. I'm going to have to do another guide on her, especially when Swamp Thing comes out. Because I really want to run them together. Both Guardians of the Green. Okay, so 26%, that had to all be Superman DCU. So, see, not a lot, but I feel like this is partially because she was stunned. I feel like that's partially because she was stunned. She didn't get a chance to do anything. I'm going to do a skip battle real quick. And after that, we end the video, and I'm going to play around with Poison Ivy some more, because what I saw from the Elite... Ooh. Or I run it here. Let's run it here. Okay. This might be a much better representation. Much, much, much better representation. So, same setup, same deal. Now, again, if I was doing this for reals, what would happen is I'll put Judo Master here because he would attack this and then put a silence on... yeah, Nightwing stuns did ruin her. Nightwing stun really, really messed her up because she had the highest attack. But basically, I would put Judo Master here to hit Lex and then put a silence on Killer Frost over and over and over again. And then, of course, a typical Nightwing Ocean Master that goes in because they're both tactical. They could destroy this. However, I'm gonna try this team now and see what happens. We're gonna change the team synergy as well, which I did not have in the last one. We're gonna change it to team synergy as well to see the increase in poison damage slash. Ooh, no, I don't want to skip battle here though. I want to see this happen. I don't think I can skip battle here anyway, because it'd be my first time going at it. Oh wow, ouch. Sinestro, that was painful. So, and actually, funny enough, I need to double check my gear on Sinestro if she is getting stunned over Sinestro. I thought Sinestro had the higher attack. I need to go check that out real quick, see what's going on. All right, so boop, boop. That is a lot of damage from Sinestro. This is not a fair fight. Ooh wee. Should not be comparing her to Sinestro, that's for sure. He is legendary. He is legendary. All right, damn. Poison Ivy do stuff. What's going on? Oof. Sinestro stole the show on that one. Sinestro stole the show on that one. Yeah, he did. She did much better, but he just was not happy. But she did do much better. In any case, I want to play with her some more. I can't wait for Swamp Thing. I want to add Swamp Thing to Poison Ivy. I'm ready to have a poison team. I'm 100% ready to have a poison thing. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.